these equations. You can tell what level you're living on when you ask yourself these equations. Who's in control? First level, somebody else is in control. Second level, you're in control. Third level, God's in control, right? Real simple, but just going through all those things. Who gets the credit? Well, in the hero equation, it's very obvious who gets the equation. The hero zero. You get the credit. But see, when we begin to think through the lenses of grace, we begin to realize that in our writing, it's really about God getting the credit and God moving toward the objective that He wants in our lives. It's really interesting. Also, you can kind of figure this out by what you're saying. If you listen to yourself long enough, you'll begin to understand the level of thinking that you have as a writer, about what you're saying. If you're saying, if only this would have happened, then the outcome would be different. Well, you're thinking like a victim, right? And so really stopping and listening to ourselves and thinking about the way we think about, the things that we're going through in our lives. I want to share with you, this is a picture of an operation. It's probably good that you can't see the picture. It's a reflux surgery. And as I think back upon my life, I realize that I didn't become a surgeon overnight. It's a good thing, as I tell you this story, okay? It's a good thing. But I think it's the same for us as writers. Even with an operation, there's a set of steps that you go through, right? You put the patient to sleep. This even before that, all the preparation, putting the patient to sleep. There's preparing, there's positioning, and then each part of the operation has a step. And if you do all the steps right, it goes a whole lot easier. Trust me on that. But as I think about my life, I look back and go, well, how did I get here? It's been 26 years. I've been in practice now for over 20 years in surgery. How did I get here? As I think back, I reflect back on one moment that changed my life. And it's kind of weird. You see this is a pyramid. I'm into pyramids, ziggurats, the first level, the second level, the third level. So anyway, but this is Chichen Itza in the Yucatan. Have you ever been to the Yucatan? You ever been to Playa del Carmen or Cancun? Right in the middle of the Yucatan, there's these beautiful Mayan pyramids. And when I was in college, mind you, I went and I spent a month at a little clinic in the Yucatan Peninsula, working with this guy here. You can't see him. His name is Dr. Perez. He's a Spanish guy, neat fella, just a primary care doctor. And we just shadowed him for a month. Once again, I was learning Spanish. I wasn't very good in Spanish, so I didn't understand everything. But there was a lot of things that were taught, that were caught instead of being taught. And here we are at the Clinic of Promesa, and I was there for a month. And this moment happened there in that clinic. They brought in this little boy, and he was probably about 6 or 7 years old, and he was yelling and screaming. And in those concrete houses, and it just echoes. And so there's this yelling and this screaming. This kid's covered with blood, and he was in a machete accident. And the family had carried this little kid down these little jungle trails to the clinic